All right. Good morning. So before we get started here, guys, I'd like to share the risk disclosure again, just to remind everyone that the content that's being published and distributed by the market trader is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice and offer to solicit to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. Use of the information contained is to be used at your own risk. The, the company, its partners, representatives, agents, employees, and contractors assume no responsibility or liability for any use or misuse of such information. Future trading does contain a fair amount of risk. It's not for every investor. An investor could lose potentially all or more their initial investment. Only risk capital money that could be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security should be used for trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Nothing contained herein is a solicitation to offer, buy, sell futures, options, or forex, and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay. So now that I've gotten the risk disclosure out of the way here, guys, wanted to go ahead and bring up the news portal. Okay. And so let me go ahead and do that. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and swap out screens. We're going to go ahead and bring up my financial portal that I use for news. Okay. All right. Okay, there it is. There's our. So we have jobless claims that have just been reported here into the market. We have continuous jobless claims reporting, and then we have some 7-year high yield and 7-year bid to cover reporting as well. Okay. I was under the impression that we were going to have EIA today. Looks like that's been delayed till tomorrow. Okay. So we have inventories coming in tomorrow at looks like, was that 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Okay, it's kind of a new time for the report. So yeah, I was kind of anticipating that today, but looks like that's been delayed here until tomorrow afternoon. Okay, so that now that we have kind of a feel for the for what the news has in store for us, rather light, I would say, in general. Obviously, the jobless claims could have a potential impact on the markets here to some degree. And then we have some U.S. 7-year high yield notes coming in later this afternoon. Okay. All right. So now that we have a review of the news in the markets, we'll go ahead and take a look at our charts and see if we can make sense of what's in store here. So let me go ahead and open that up. Okay, so here we are. Okay, I was looking at the ES here earlier. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the gold market because that's the market that's currently opened. We're going to go ahead and turn off some of our levels here for a moment and focus in 100% on focus 100% on what the market is trying to tell us. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move up to the. Go ahead and change this as well, just normal candles here, and we're going to go ahead and move up to the daily chart and just kind of get a feel for what the market is trying to accomplish. Okay, all right, so we're going to go ahead and turn this off here. Okay, so it appears that we are in some sort of consolidation range. The reason I'm making that kind of claim, it seems like we're bound by this triangle pattern, that's symmetrical triangle pattern that's being established as we speak. Okay. So right now, looks like we're reacting away from the bottom end of the channel. Okay. Attempting to what appears to be higher. Okay, in this market. All right. Now, we have some obviously some headway here that it needs to get through. We obviously need to get a close above 2645 to really embrace this bullish move that we're currently in. We have some selling wicks coming in around 2745. Okay. So, and this is an area where it's been supportive in the past, now potentially serving as resistance. Okay. So right now, I would say that we are in some sort of consolidation range. Okay. Coming off an area where we could expect kind of a continuation or reversal in price, depending on how you look at things, right? If you look at it as a bearish trend, then we are coming into an area where we could see a reversal in price. Okay. But we do need to see and begin to see some higher highs and higher lows. Right now, we have a higher low. We have not made a new low. Okay. So that's an indication that maybe there are some demand in this market. I could see that I could easily draw this area here as an area of demand here around 2621. Okay. So this area, as long as it continues to hold, uh, leads me to believe that there's further upside in this market. Okay. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart we have here is just kind of stretches out here a little bit. Okay. So we see that we are in our consolidation pattern. We see a little bit more evidence here of higher highs and higher lows. On the 4-hour, we have broken above some structure here to the upside, but right now it appears to be stalling right around say 2650. Let's call it. Okay, just a nice round number to kind of keep in mind or keep track of. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a line here at 2650. All right about there. Okay, as kind of our line in the sand. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw that as in red, kind of a line in the sand for the bulls. If we are unable to break above 2650, then it appears that maybe we make another run for the low. Okay, or maybe as low as 2620. Okay, I do see that we are kind of in the midst of some overlapping candles here. Okay, we had a nice bullish candle to the upside, followed by a bearish candle, followed by another attempt at a bullish candle, only to be denied. Okay, so right now we have a bearish engulfing candle developing right around our daily VWAP. Okay. So assuming that is not able to hold, then I would say that we have a reasonable chance to get back down to 2630, maybe as low as the lows of the start of yesterday. Okay. So moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. Here we are. We have as I mentioned, we have a very nice developing engulfing candle. We have our anchor VWAP from our most recent pivot back prior to I guess the start of not prior, but pivot that was created during the session on Tuesday. And now we have a bearish engulfing that's really challenging this anchor VWAP. If this is not able to hold, then I really don't see any reason why price cannot make a revisit the lows from Tuesday. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up initial balance. Okay, let's see. Open up initial balance. Let's see. Where is my initial balance? All right, here's our initial balance ranges. We'll go ahead and make sure that they're being marked correctly. Um, Bum, bum, bum. We should be getting a range here already established. Let's see. Start puts. Okay, let's turn this one off and let's turn another one that I use on, and that is initial balance. Okay, let's turn that one on. Okay, and we'll go ahead and draw in that for the first hour of the day session. And we want this to be in yellow, and we're not interested in the fills or the extensions. Well, I'll leave the 100% and 200% extensions here. Okay, so here we are. All right, so we have a initial balance range that's being established here. This is the first 30-minute candle that is establishing this range. Okay, so the question is now is it going to create a situation where we get an extension to the downside in this market? All right, so we've already looking to close below our daily VWAP, but to be honest, we've been overlapping around our daily VWAP since well, even during the Christmas. Okay, so again, it's difficult to say, although this particular candle seems to carry a fair amount of weight over the other candles that preceded it. Okay, so we'll have to see how this candle closes. If it does close as bearish as it shows, then there's certainly a possibility that price could extend to the lows down here at 26.25, 26.26. Okay. We're going to go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile and see where price is in relation to value. Okay. Let's see. We'll go ahead and use the range from Tuesday. Okay, although that was kind of an abbreviated session here, but lack of market information here. So we see that price is above value. Okay, from Tuesday. I'm not including yesterday because yesterday did not start until the tail end of it. So yeah, based on the New York session, the most recent session is Tuesday, and you can see that we are well above, price is well above the well above our value area. Okay, so indicating that there are bulls still very much in control of the price is currently in control of the bulls. Okay, although we're starting to see evidence that maybe the bears are starting to step in here. Okay, so another area of interest for me outside of this initial balance range, if I'm really looking for a bullish trade, well, that area right there, value area high, would be that area. Okay, and this could potentially serve as a target for the current price action that we're seeing in gold. Okay, so I have my value area high. Another level I'm going to highlight here is my point of control. Okay, that's the price that generated the most volume. Okay, and that is right here at 26.26. Okay, that could also serve as an area of support now that we've kind of extended above it. All right, so these two areas, if I'm more inclined to look for bullish trades in this market, these are a couple of areas where we could potentially see reversals in price. Okay, something like this. Okay, right. So until then, well, we have to kind of sit on our I would say sit on our hands, and see if we get some sort of maybe there's a possibility that we get some sort of reversal at these levels. Okay. But given the strength of these, I'm more inclined to look for something that would allow me to maybe take a bearish trade. And this right here would be an area of interest. Okay, this area right here, this area, it broke the level. What was supportive now becomes resistant. That would be an interesting area for me to initiate a short trade. Now, if we do break below initial balance, the concern that I have is that I'm coming into some areas here, okay, that could offer some sort of reversal, right? So I have this value area high range. If I break this, then I have this range here that kind of maybe will serve as some sort of resistance or support for a possible reversal in price. Okay, if I'm bearish. Okay, so that's kind of what's causing me concern here a little bit for a short trade. The fact that I'm coming into an area where I could potentially see. I also see the initial balance range also around this area here, around that 2630. Okay, so I feel like I'm taking a fair amount of risk here in a short trade. Okay, for really the reward is I for now not really at best 1-to-1. Okay, at best conservatively. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm kind of, if I'm going to be bearish, I feel like I need to get some sort of pullback up to maybe a prior level, retest, and then maybe at that point look for an opportunity that will take me down to value area high. So these are just some of the scenarios that I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to go ahead and add the levels that I'm tracking in this market. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add those here to the right here. Okay, so these are some of the levels that I'm tracking in this market, reference levels that I'll be using to say maybe support some of my trades. Okay, so I have our average daily range high, which is coming in at 2656. I have my average session range, which is currently not visible, but I'm going to go ahead and open up here. Is if I can locate it. Well, looks like let's go ahead and add this back in. Looks like I turned it off. Okay. So let's turn that gray background off. Okay. And let's see, where is our ranges? Okay, so we're 2642. That's a range. And again, that range is coming into an area where I would like, maybe not like, but necessarily could look for an opportunity. So I have 2642 here. Okay, this could offer me an area where I could see some sort of reversal in price. I'm going to go ahead and make sure. Let's see what this says. It's not New York. Let's make sure it says London. Okay, so London's a little bit higher. Okay, so 2654. Probably need to adjust this here a little bit. 2654 is my average session range high. Actually, more like 2654.8. And then I have my average session range low at 2625. 2625.2. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I have this range, this area right here. I have 26 average session range high here. So I guess the most immediate action I could potentially take is to look for some sort of short trade. Okay. But like I said, I am a little hesitant given the range for this trade before it runs into maybe some areas of support. Okay. No, I just include Tuesday. I just included Tuesday. But if you wanted to include Monday, you can go ahead and move that back. Let's go ahead and do that. See if it really modifies things in any way. So I can go back and include Monday. Okay. And really the range didn't change all that much, right? Our range did not change all that much between Monday and Tuesday. Okay. So yeah, given the abbreviated session that we had on Tuesday, that is probably not a bad idea to look at the visible range here for a larger window. Okay. So, but again, these areas here, and I'm going to go ahead and maybe adjust this here a little bit now, right? So here we have a potential extension, but like I said, this extension right now, since was not part of this initial move from the beginning, this extension feels like more of a one-to-one trade before I open myself up to the possibility of price coming and reversing against me. Okay. So if I'm really embracing the shorts, I would really like to embrace the short at some sort of prior level here. Okay. This level here I have as kind of a prior area of support. So that's kind of what I'm seeing right now in the markets, guys. Not really seeing a very clean opportunity. Like I said, I feel like I'm a little late to the short trade here. I'm coming into some areas of demand, and really I'm not really excited to take in a short without some sort of pullback. Okay. A pullback to VWAP, a pullback of some sort. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close this off with an anchored VWAP. Okay. And just here up at the top, I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. Okay. So this anchored VWAP, I'm going to go ahead and use this candle here. Okay. So that could serve as maybe an area. I'll move into a 15-minute chart just to see here. But yeah, for me right now, I feel like I need to get to some kind of retracement level of some sort, maybe a retest of some prior level of support here for me to really entertain a short. Okay. I'm coming into some areas that could provide, could be areas of demand. And I just don't feel like there's enough runway here. Okay. This area is kind of developing above me at 26.43 as another area maybe for a potential execution. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much what I have to say for gold. I think we did a pretty good analysis here of gold, to be honest. So we're going to have to wait and see how this initial balance range establishes, and if we get, like I said, maybe a little bit of a rally here, and then maybe it stalls around some of these levels that we've talked about. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to the crude oil market, and we're going to go with our standard candles here, guys, and then we'll come back. And first order of business, I'm going to go ahead and turn off some of my levels here. Okay. Nice clean chart. Okay. Just trying to get a feel for the direction. Daily chart is saying that we are in this range. Okay. Similar to what we were saying with the gold market, right? We seem to be in some sort of consolidation range, okay, in this market, right? That's what it appears to be. Okay. Now we are unlike gold, we seem to be more on the upper end of this range. Okay. Then gold was kind of hanging around closer to the bottoms here. Right now, you could see here that there is a little bit of a demand area that's been established. Okay. So this area is appearing to be somewhat supportive. Okay. Now the question is it going to continue to kind of bounce around in this range? Okay. Or are we going to get a move that's going to extend this range? Okay. And if it does extend this range, well, we have some visibility here as to how big of an extension that could potentially be, right? So if we measure the kind of the mouth of this triangle pattern, well, we could potentially get a move that will take us either direction, and that would be kind of the measure of that move. Okay, but right now we're still in the midst of this consolidation range, not really giving us a clear direction. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the 4-hour chart. Okay. 4-hour chart. We're starting to see again, we're kind of challenging this upper end of this value. Looks like we did get above this area of consolidation. So again, we're starting to see some structure that would lead us to believe that there might be some continued upside opportunity in this market. Okay, if price manages to get below this channel that I've drawn here on the 4-hour, then my view obviously will change. Right, my view will start to begin to think that maybe price will extend lower. Hey, Keith. Okay. All right. So right now we're in a bullish channel, kind of grinding our way higher. We're starting to break some structure here to the left-hand side. Okay. We're now above 70.50, a little bit of indecision now. Okay. But nonetheless, we still are kind of, moving our way higher. Okay. 30-minute chart. Okay. So 30-minute chart here. We have our kind of the bullish channel that we were kind of tracking. I'm going to go ahead and remove that for now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and extend this a little bit. Okay. Now you can see here we have a couple of series of bearish candles. Okay. We had a nice engulfing candle here. Okay. Well, that engulfing candle could lead to further downside in this market. We've been kind of grinding higher, right, in the higher time frames, where we're starting to see that maybe we're getting some evidence that maybe it wants to head lower. Okay, there are some areas here that could serve as demand really for me to embrace. What's RGTI? Hey, Mr. Tahoe. Good morning. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what your question. Okay. But in any case, let's continue to do our analysis here. Let's go ahead. Oh, RGTI. Okay. Yeah, this is a futures session here, Tahoe. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what the markets are providing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw my fixed range volume profile and extend it from Monday all the way through to the end of Tuesday. Okay. All right. So here we are. We have price above value. Okay. We have price above value. So the question is, are we going to continue in our move to the upside? Okay. Is this going to continue to the upside? Or are we going to see some evidence? And my evidence in this case would be a break of this channel down to the downside. Okay, I need to see a break of this channel. I need to start to see price break some of these this price structure, and then I could maybe potentially embrace a short. Now we did receive a bearish engulfing candle. We're going to go ahead and open up initial balance here. Okay, so here's our initial, is a relatively narrow range right now. Okay, so we have our initial balance. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and draw in is our ADR levels. So ADR and ASR. Okay, so these are kind of the ranges that we're going to be looking at here. Okay, so we have price on the sort of the upper end of the average daily and session ranges. We have a relatively narrow initial balance range so far. Okay. So I would say that any break of initial balance in either direction, okay, right now maybe I might be favoring the bulls here a little bit, but any break of initial balance to the upside, right, could offer us a opportunity, right off the top of initial balance high for a continuation move. Okay, right. Now, if we get the same right on to the downside, okay, we get the same to the downside, then it could offer us an opportunity for a short trade. Okay, and that's, this trade is kind of being based off of initial balance. All right, we have another, a good almost hour here before this initial balance range gets established. Okay, all right. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add my levels here. We already have our fixed range volume profile. I'm going to go ahead and add my levels here. Okay, so here are our levels that I'm tracking. Okay, we have the 70.89. We have as our session range. We have 70.94 as average daily range. We have our value area high, which probably is a little bit different, given that I was kind of looking at this with just with. So we'll go ahead and I was just looking at Tuesday, okay, as my focus. But now that we've incorporated Monday, we have a value area high coming in here at 60.91. Okay, 60.91 is our value area high. 69.91, I should say, is our value area high. And then we have a value area low coming in at 68.67. 68.67 is our value area low. 68.67. And then I'm just going to double confirm my other levels here. Go open that up. There it is. Those look like they're intact. Okay. All right. So right now, like I said, based on price structure, it appears that price wants to continue higher in this market. Okay. For me to really embrace this, I need to see a break of the initial balance range, which we're only about 9 minutes into at the moment, for me to entertain something like that. Okay. Now, the other thing I have to also be aware of, I have my average session range and average daily range right above me. Okay. So this also could offer maybe a reversal in price. These areas could offer a reversal in price. So again, not real keen on buying into an area where I see maybe potential resistance. Now, if it does cross above this level, then maybe 789 or this other level 7092 could offer me a kind of a reference level for a continuation. But I first need to see that price is able to get above that level before I'm willing to entertain a long trade. Okay. But that's kind of what the market appears to be wanting to do here at the moment. Okay. All right. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say about the crude oil market. We'll go ahead and move on to the equity market. We'll take a look at the equity of choice. In this case is the NASDAQ. We're going to go ahead and turn off some of our levels here. Okay. And we'll start off with our review of the daily. Okay. So review of the daily. Okay. So if we look at this, you can see from left to right, okay, that we're trying to head higher in this market. Okay. We had a nice reversal here, reversal candle coming off of 21,000. Okay. And now we're up at the upper end of the range, showing a little bit of signs of weakness at the moment, right around this 22,000 level. Okay. Right around 22,000 seems to be an area maybe of some weakness. But nonetheless, we still remain in this kind of bullish structure to the upside. For our chart, I'm going to go ahead and turn off initial balance here for a moment. Okay. We had a real strong move here to the downside. I guess, I don't know exactly what the result of this was. I guess this is more a Fed rate adjustment or something along those lines. But in any case, we had a very strong reaction to whatever news event this was. I believe this is probably a Fed rate decision. Okay. And then we've kind of rallied and then kind of extended to, and now we seem to have found some buyers of this market. Okay. We are beginning to come into an area where I would expect whoever these folks were to begin to consider if they're going to protect their positions, they would probably step in around this level here. Okay. Right. This would be an area that I would not, if I was a seller and I have a position, this would be an area I would not want to see price get, make too many inroads into. Okay. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, again, we'll do the same kind of analysis here. We'll open up our fixed range volume profile and see what that tells us. Okay, so we'll incorporate Monday all the way through Tuesday. Okay, so let's see. Fixed range volume profile. We'll go ahead and locate Monday's candle, drag that to the close of Tuesday. There it is. So price is above value. Okay, we're seeing that across the board in all markets right now. Okay, price is above value, indicating that the bulls are still in control of this market. Okay, we're starting to see a little bit of reaction here, maybe creating a little bit of a demand area right around this level here to offer us maybe an opportunity to for a further upside move. Okay. All right. This is kind of what I'm seeing right now. Now, if we start to break, start to get some price action here that, price closes below, then maybe my view is incorrect and we start to retest maybe some of these levels. If we close inside value, we could potentially have a full rotation of value here. Okay. Yeah, this area is a relatively nice area of support. I would agree. Okay. All right, so let's see. We have our fixed range. Initial balance is still about 15 minutes away. Okay, so we'll. Good morning, Radwin or Zunid. Sorry. But in any case, right now, as I mentioned here, it does appear that we are in an area that might be supportive. Okay, of price. Okay, if I am more bearish, okay, well, then I would say this is probably not the area that I would want to be bearish. My bad. If I mispronounced your name, Radwin, apologize. Okay. This area above me, it would be a solid area for maybe an opportunity to short. Okay. This area of consolidation where we've broken some support levels. This would be an area if I were more of a frame of mind to short, then that would be that area. Okay. Right now, given where price is and seeing the reaction I'm seeing with price, I'm thinking more bullish than bearish at the moment. Okay. Given the higher time frame context that led to this. Okay. But to be honest, to be fair, I do need to see price get above and close this level that I've drawn here, right around what is that? Right around 21,968. Okay. I really need to see, I need price to get above this level, basically make a new high in order for me to really embrace this, because I do see a fair number of wicks. Okay. On both ends. All right. Both ends of the candles here, right? Wicks on both ends. Not really. Yeah. But in a bullish channel. Okay. But I do eventually need to see a higher high. Okay. In order for me to really embrace this potential trend that I've sharing here. Okay. All right. So initial balance is still about 13 minutes away here. So nothing to do there. But I will add my levels. Okay. We'll add my levels to this market. Okay. And we'll just add these here. Okay, these are the levels that I'm tracking. I'm going to go ahead and open up ADR, and I'm going to go ahead and open up ASR. Okay, so these are kind of some areas of targets and potential support areas that I'm going to be looking for. If I'm bullish, honestly, this level down below me is probably a better level. Okay, because I do get a little bit of an extension. Okay, an extension move to the downside, and then this area right here could offer me a nice reversal in price. Okay, and this if I were to measure this swing against this seems like an area that might maybe offer me a maybe a kind of a move. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing right now in the Nasdaq. So we'll go ahead and move on to the ES here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and again close off some of the indicators that I have to track some of these things. Yeah, I don't know if it's a gold zone, but it's an area. It's an area that I would like to participate. Right, it would be an area. I don't know if I would say gold, but I would say that it would be an area that I would like to see, and that would be kind of an area maybe that I would focus in on maybe for buys. Okay, let's see. All right, let's look at the ES. Okay, and then ask ourselves the same question. Well, ES similar to the Nasdaq. If we look at this from left to right, we continue to see higher highs and higher lows. We've gotten some reaction here. Again, this is kind of the same news event, and we seem to be in a I guess a little bit of a recovery ever since that move that we had there. Okay. Yes. The expectation is that it would react from that. Yes, correct. Okay. You're welcome, Frizu. Okay. All right. So we had a really strong reaction as a result of the news, and now we seem to be in a bit of recovery, but we have yet to break above, right? So we have the high here about 6150. We are in what appears to be still in a somewhat of a bullish kind of move here. The only thing that's maybe causing me a little bit of pause here is the strength of this candle here. Okay. All right. This candle here is causing me a little bit of a wonder, right? Is this candle going to, kind of let go of its grip here? If so, then we need to make a new high of some sort above 6150. Okay. But nonetheless, it appears that we are continue to be in a bullish channel. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Zuned. No, your English is probably far better than than your native tongue. So we're all good. Okay. All right. So here we are on the 4-hour chart. We're above my sentiment indicator here. We are above prices above my 233-day EMA. That is probably again another indication that we still are in a bullish kind of environment. We continue to make higher highs and higher lows. Okay. Some of these indicators are not as strong as I would like. The ADX indicator momentum is kind of waning. My positive indicator is above, but not really showing me any strong trending kind of information. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we'll go back to Monday here, and we'll go ahead and drag this across. Once we locate, we're already too far away. This is 4 hours. Let's move on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, and then we'll locate the Monday. All right, here it is, right about here, and we're going to drag that across to the close of Tuesday, which is right about here. Okay, so here we are. Price is above value. So this area, if I'm going to be looking for maybe opportunity to the long side, there's an area there, right? The top end of value. All right. That could offer me, something in the way of a bullish trade. Okay. I'm assuming I'm gonna confirm this before I say it. We got ASR, we got ADR. See, we got ADR around that same level. I was a little hesitant to say, but I expected to see ADR at that same level. Okay, that gold zone that Zunid is referring to. Okay, so this area right here seems to be an area that would potentially be supportive. Okay, price is below our daily VWAP. Okay, so since price is below our daily VWAP, my view is that we're somewhat bearish. Okay, in this market, we're going to go and draw in my anchor VWAP from London. There again, we're also below that. Okay, so again, if I'm going to really entertain a long trade, I really need to see price get above my anchor VWAP and above my daily VWAP. So if I can't get price above either of those, then I have to look for whatever aligns with it. And this case right now is for a bearish opportunity. Okay. All right. So we've done our initial balance is still about 7 minutes away here. So yeah, I would say right now, I would say that my initial view of this is bearish, but I do see that it's developing a little bit of demand here. Okay, we're not making any new lows and we're not making any new highs. Kind of in this kind of area where we can go either direction. Okay, right now, if I had to, say, then maybe this area holds and we get above 60.80, and that could offer us a nice long trade back to the highs of London. Okay, that's a scenario I could potentially see. But before that would happen, I need to see price get above 60.80. Okay, that's my resistance level. If price gets above 60.80, okay, if price gets above 60.80, I can use 60.80 as a reference level, okay, for maybe a little bit of a pullback and an execution, okay? It allows me to kind of manage my risk, right? Anytime I have a reference level I can lean on, it helps me manage my risk, okay? So this is kind of the scenarios that I'm seeing right now in this market. I'm going to go ahead and add my levels here, okay, into this chart so that we have them. Okay, so here are levels. Oh, not his levels, my levels. Okay, here we are. These are the levels that I'm tracking in this market. Okay, so we have a 4-hour supply here above us. We have some average daily ranges above us here at 61.35. This would make, if we do get above this level here, it may be above this level, it could make for a nice move back to the highs. Okay. Okay. Not a huge move, but a reasonably good one. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the ES, guys. I think right now, like I said, as long as price is able to hold this gold zone or green level, okay, then I would say that it's supportive maybe for a move to the upside. Okay. I'd like to see price get above 60.80 and then maybe use 60.80 as my reference. That's kind of my first hypo. And then my other level, if I'm more, I guess, on the bearish side, then I would say that I really need to see price remain below my anchor VWAP, remain below my daily VWAP. But I think the level that I would probably entertain a short trade would be up here at prior highs. Okay, whoever it was or whatever participant was able to drive price lower, I suspect is going to be still around the first time he's there to try to protect his position. Okay, so this might be an area where I would want to potentially short. Okay, up above here around 6,100. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing in the ES and the markets as a whole, guys. So again, this is continues to be kind of a complimentary session that I'm providing folks. Okay. This is we're kind of working on the tail end of the year here. These kind of reviews now have been moved to a membership portal. Okay. And so I'm going to, kind of provide the link for that here. See if I can locate that for you guys. I'm not going to go through, but rest assured that this particular review or analysis is behind the Market Trader Plus. Okay, this kind of review is now behind a kind of a paywall. Okay, so if you wanted to